one man, locked eternally into the wilderness. He will have to battle and beat some of RuneScape's toughest monsters in order to supply and upgrade his weaponry and armour. All this whilst being able to be attacked by any other player at all times. But who would take on such a fearsome challenge? I present to you, Wildanator. Previously, on the Wilderness Only Ironman series, we opened Spores of Wars crates in order to get gems to level our crafting. We did a large crafting grind which took us up to level 68, just 6 levels from that oh so lovely combat bracelet. Took our Vesta's pointy stick up to the big bear, grabbed the spider's task from Queen Krystilia and did some Wildanator, and took rank 2 overall for the crazy archaeologist. Hello guys and welcome to episode 41 of the Wilderness Only Ironman series. Starting things off as we like to with some chill Wilderness Slayer, so hopefully eventually we can feast on Laren's big old chest. Hope everyone's doing well. Apologies episodes have taken so long recently, but the amount of game time needed per episode is pretty huge. That being said, if you appreciate all the time that I'm putting into it, if you could drop it a like or a comment, it really does help my video be seen by others. I'm absolutely blown away by getting over 20k views per videos recently. At the end of last year, I hit my 1k sub goal. I'd love to hit 10k by the end of this year, so if you've enjoyed more than one of my episodes, why not consider subscribing? Well, housekeeping out the way, let's get on with some spicy content. And, of course, the spiciest of content is agility. I've decided it's time to get back on the wilderness course, the main reason being that with 75 we're able to do the medium revenant shortcut. This means we can use the North Orc. It is in higher level wilderness but less active, and of course if the PK doesn't have 75 agility it's an easy escape for us. The wilderness course without any run restoration like staminas or anything, well, I was getting about 35k XP per hour, which in terms of wildy XP isn't too bad at all. I think it took me roughly 22 hours from 65 to 75. While doing agility, I made an out to my onyx bolts and also out to my battle staffs. We ended up with over a 10 mil cash stack, which is really nice to see after launching all of our cash into the VLS just a couple of episodes ago. The risky thing about alking around the wilderness, other than of course the PK issue, is the wilderness course works that when you fail an obstacle, it takes off 20% of your current hit points. So to use as little as food as possible, I tried to keep my hit points lower than 20. Of course, when you're risking 2 mil worth of alks at a time, that can be a little risky. Fortunately, we didn't get PK'd. I did see a couple of people, but we managed to instantly log. And what has been a fairly minute amount of time for you guys, but 22 hours of running around in circles for me, is 75 agility. We can now use the medium shortcut within the Revenant Caves. Skeletons, eh, Krystilia? Maybe teasing me into a little Vetion? So, since we last killed a Vetion, we've increased our melee stats, so let's hope that's going to help us this time round. The reason I have to do Vetion on task is because of the Enchanted Slayer Staff. I use the Enchanted Slayer Staff for the Hellhounds. It's 3 ticks faster than the D2H, and it does actually hit really well on them. Off task, I can only hit 19s with the Slayer Dart, but on task, I can hit up to 29s, which is a huge difference. So, after what is a whole load of failed attempts, we had to change something up. I'm pretty sure there's going to be people out there that don't like this, but I've had to call in the help of my main account. Obviously, to get the drop, he isn't able to do any of the damage on Vetion. Obviously, Wildanator has to do it all himself, but he just helped kill the second lot of Hellhounds. This is in order to stop Vetion reverting back to his purple form. I justified it as kills still took a stupidly long time. It's also in a PK multi-hotspot. Obviously, when we do get the Vigoras, hopefully anyway, and I'm able to kill him in time, we'll drop the use of the main. "100 dragon bones, I do not mind if I diddly do."
Fuck off, you maniac little sticks!
Oh boys, the pain, 5 HP, but as you can see, even with the main, we don't always manage to get him down in time before he reverts. Oh, hello, oak planks. If we ever decide to train construction, that's a viable way, because we can pick up normal planks from the graveyard, oak ones to train up to mahogany, and then we have loads of mahogany ones from the revenants.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
I feel like getting absolutely ram-ranched at the end there. Feels like a nice little place to leave Vetty on. We went from less than 10 kills to over 40, which legitimately took me over a week to do, just because of the pace of Vetty kills. Even with the main, to kill the second Hellhounds, he'd still revert to purple fairly often, sort of 1 in every 5 kills. And of course, those pesky PKs. However, we have some Vetty KC finally, and we will be doing a bit more in the future. I'm going to test out some Northern Revs. Now we have the 75 agility, and see if we can chase that chain mace. Another ancient crystal, can't remember exactly how many that is, but I think it's around 7. Cash in that, become a millionaire. Easy game. Another crystal, not long after the 1 mil statue. 87 revenants from Queen Krystilia, I will not say no. Cheeky Larannual. Easy peasy, revenants are breezy, task done. Oh, Krystilia, that is a massive Callisto task. 100 bears. We're not going to do that one right now. We're going to save the 100 Callisto for the next episode. But that's going to be a really nice task to get knocked out. We did manage to earn ourselves 8 Larannual keys in this episode. So let's bust these bad boy open and see what we can get. Now we have the Dagonhide pieces. We're kind of looking for uncuts mainly. I mean, extra Dagonhide's great. The gold and the Torstal seeds don't do a great deal for us at all. Steel bars, there's a bit of Smith and XP. I'm going to go on a huge skilling grind eventually to try and get 1,500 total. So these ores, bars, and logs will come in really handy. There we go, some uncuts, 41 rubies. That's going to be really nice for bolts and also for crafting XP. Some coal. Final key is going to be 100k cash. So something that I haven't showed off in many episodes is the collection log and our bank. So we're going to have a little peek at both of them. Obviously we managed to drop the mainline collection log because now it's just built into utilities tabs. That's really nice that we don't have one of the items from the mainland now. Callisto, obviously we just need the Callisto Cub, which is a 1 in 2k. So we're a little bit off that, but it's really nice to see 2 tyrannical rings. They're a 1 in 512, so really lucky on that one. Crazy Archaeologist we have completed. I really hope we would have completed it by 2,637, but as you can see we've got hundreds of surplus shards. That's how the Fanatic is looking up there. We still need the Chaos Elemental pet. We've not really done any Chaos Ele. We've also completed Scorpia, being the only wilderness pet we have, which is really cool. Really nice to see it, 297. I wouldn't mind getting back to a bit of Scorpia, but when the log's completed, it's just... you feel like it less. This is how the Vettion, obviously the Dragon Pickaxes and Dragon 2Hs are from all of the bosses, so that's between all 3 of them. We still need the pet and the ring, but we've only done a few of them, but 42, it's a lot more than we had done. And this is how the Venenatus log is looking. I'd really like to get that ring, because that stab ring's going to be really useful, and any of the main boss's pets would be absolutely awesome. And then on this one, the one I wanted to show you was Revenants. The kill count on Revenants is 22,222. It's almost like I made it look that way, isn't it, boys? It's almost like I did the exact number of kills for the aesthetics, aren't you lucky people? And we're just obviously missing the Vigorous Chainmace, which I really hope to get in the future. So it's pretty cool having a bank, knowing that everything in there has been obtained by the wilderness. It's got almost 300 mil value, which is pretty insane really. Everything other than these molds, which we allowed ourselves at the start of the account. We got the 100 LMS Winds Cape, that's really nice to see. Loads of runes to keep us going, so that's going to keep us going for quite some time. This is all the various different food supplies in which we've got. Just some gear we use, potions, prayer restore potions, strength potions, things like that, things that we've made from Herblore, so that's really really nice. This is a pretty cool next tab. So we've got the various different totems from Revenants. We've got the VLS, obviously, which was a huge grind to get. Crossbow, which is probably my most prized possession. The Scepter, we've got the Wilderness Rings, we've got the Dagon High and all those sort of bits. We've got loads of alcohols, we've got the wards up here, and lots of surplus shards from the Crazy Archaeologist. Alk-tabs building back up very nicely. We've got some crafting supplies, which we really want to be able to get to the combat bracelet, and we are collecting those, so, you know, should be able to get a few more levels in that soon. We've got some smithing supplies. As I said, I want to do a huge grind on various forms of wilderness skilling, which can be quite difficult because it's pretty inefficient and you have to use different methods, but it's nice to see that we've got quite a lot of supplies when we do get that one started. Various different ammunitions. We've also got lots of herbs for Herblore supplies. And yeah, more things to get the skilling done. We've got, you know, the seeds are pretty useless. And then at the bottom, we've just got all the miscellaneous stuff. 48 long bones, because for some reason, the Crazy Archaeologist has a really good drop rate on them. But with all that said and done, let's hop over to the goals. And here is the goals list, and as you can see, we've increased some boss KC on Vetion. We've gone from less than 10 to over 40, so that's really nice to see. Crazy Archaeologist has increased, as it always does, because we're always in need of those red D-hide bodies. Elder Chaos, we haven't got any of those pieces, but it's really not that hard to get. I mean, we could just camp it, but I prefer just to be doing it on Slayer tasks. Within the miscellaneous section, we're getting closer to that combat bracelet, so that'll be nice to get. And then eventually, obviously, the glory, and that will be that section complete. Still need the Vigora's Chainmace and the Wilderness Weapons, the two of the rings in the ring slot. The boss pets are going to be quite some time yet. And the old Draconic Boots for the Dragon items to finish that off. I may very well try going for those next episode, I think, because we're only about 150 Slayer XP away from being able to get those bad boys. And an absolutely massive thank you to all my YouTube members. You guys help me be able to put the time into what I absolutely love doing, which is providing content for you guys. At the Antangle and Log tier, we have Wheeze, we have Mr. Pancakes, we have Guitar9, we have GBMF, we have Alex, we have ELUW2, who has been watching the videos for a really long time, and Anime, and Mr. Air, David Lawton. At the Destroy Vetions tier, I cannot thank you enough, Air. That is absolutely insane, subscribing to that tier. If any of you boys are in the Discord, you'll know exactly who Air is, or if you hang out in the CC. The guy's an absolute legend, moderates the Discord, and I cannot thank you enough, mate. So thank you very much. And until next time, guys, thank you and goodbye.